But some guy who worked in counterterrorism resigns on really official-looking letterhead and then goes on a podcast tour today. And it was the biggest story in America for only one reason: because the left could use it against Donald Trump. That's it. That's why you keep hearing about Joe Kent, who is now under FBI investigation. Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeting that Joe Kent is an American hero, really. Is he, Marjorie? Is he really an American hero? In his resignation letter, Kent said he couldn't, quote, in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran, which is really strange because in 2022, the same guy, Joe Kent, tweeted to Donald Trump directly that we can't sit here and wait for the next attack. We should wipe out Iran's ballistic missile capability right now, which again is interesting because that's exactly what Donald Trump just did. Not only that, but the same legacy media that were praising Joe Kent yesterday are literally accusing him of treason now.
The Trump administration is now politicizing national intelligence. Two sources tell NBC News that Joe Kent, chief of staff, the director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, urged analysts to revise an assessment of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua after it came to light that the assessment contradicted public statements from Donald Trump. Joe Kent pushed the analysts to make changes to protect his boss and the president from being attacked. Kent wrote in an email, quote, "We need to do some rewriting so this document is not used against the DNI or POTUS."
So that was treason back in May, but he's a hero now, according to MS Now. MSNBC back then, MS Now. Now, couple things bother me about that clip. The first, the way that woman decided to pronounce Tren de Aragua. She knew it was awkward. Why do that? Why are you doing that? Just Tren de Aragua. You don't need to Tren de Aragua. What? I don't know what that was. But more importantly, MS Now, which one is it? Is Joe Kent a traitor or is he a hero? Because you've said both in the last 10 months. I also think we should point out that his military record, which is impeccable, and resigning yesterday are two very separate issues. And we thank Joe Kent for his service. His record is impeccable, but these are separate issues. And now Joe Kent wants to stand against a war that is doing exactly what he wanted, killing the people who were attacking American troops.
I've already heard rumors that Fifth Group is going to be sending guys to Iraq because of the escalated situation with Iran now.
Yeah. I mean, most Americans aren't aware of it. Our troops in Iraq and Syria have been attacked 150 plus times by Iranian proxies. And when we say Iranian proxies, we got to be clear on what that is. That's the Iraqi government that we pay. Because after the Iraqi military, we spent $2 trillion on, surrendered to ISIS, we had to go back in there in very short order and stand the military back up again. And guess who filled the breach? The Shia militias controlled by Iran did.
Okay, so it sounds like Joe Kent is a little bit confused about what he wants. He ran for Congress twice, including in 2024. Then Donald Trump gave him a job. He didn't have to do that. He was a very frequent guest on Tucker Carlson's show on Fox News for years, which is odd now because the war has no bigger cheerleader than that network right now, which is fine. I'm not attacking anyone. Everyone can have their own opinion on everything, okay? That's the beauty of being American. But the point I'm trying to make is that Joe Kent clearly wants attention. So don't feel bad for the guy that wanted the war with Iran and then quit when we started a war with Iran. Doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's not a real story.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.